When you played sports as a child, you were told you win and lose as a team. There is no I in team, and that it's not always about one player. Oh, and the list goes on. But sometimes it just takes one man to make a difference. For some sports teams, they struggled and were irrelevant for years until one man turned misfortune into fortune. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into 10 athletes who turned a franchise around. And a big shout out to San Antonio Spurs #1 for suggesting this video. We do hope you enjoy this list, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Sidney Crosby. The heydays of the 90s, led by Super Mario Lemieux, were long gone for the Pittsburgh Penguins, who were among the NHL's worst teams in the early and mid-2000s. The Pens played in empty arenas and were on the verge of selling, but the first overall selection of Sidney Crosby changed that forever. Sid the Kid became the best player in hockey, leading the Pens to Stanley Cup victories in 2009, 16, and 17. He led the league in scoring during the 2007 and 2014 seasons, leading to a pair of Hart trophies. The Penguins would have totally moved if Crosby didn't step in and save them. The kid deserves love and credit where it's given. Number 9, LeBron James. From 1971 to 2003, the Cleveland Cavaliers were often an awful team. They had never reached the NBA Finals and only had 4 playoff series victories in their history. They selected LeBron James first overall in 2003, and it changed the franchise around forever. LeBron turned the Cavs into one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, leading them to the 2007 NBA Finals. After spending 4 years in Miami, he returned to Cleveland in 2014 and led them to even more greatness, including the franchise's first NBA championship in 2016. You saw how bad the Cavaliers were without LeBron for 4 years. Next thing you know, NBA champions. That's a franchise changer. Number 8, Peyton Manning. So the Indianapolis Colts were very, very bad from 1978 to 1997, registering just 5 winning seasons and a pair of playoff wins. But when they landed Peyton Manning with the first overall pick in 1998, things changed forever. The Sheriff turned the Colts into a powerhouse, leading them to the playoffs in 11 of his 13 years there. This included 2 AFC Championship victories and a Super Bowl 41 title. Manning led the Colts to double-digit wins every year from 2002 to 10. And when he missed all of 2011, and the Colts finished with the league's worst record and first pick, it led to them drafting future star Andrew Luck. So where would the Colts be if, say, they took Ryan Leaf with the top pick in 1998 instead? Who even knows? Number 7, Tim Duncan. Before the San Antonio Spurs drafted Duncan first overall in 1997, they were a good but not great franchise. They never had the star power to compete with the league's top teams. But Duncan changed that in the blink of an eye. He and David Robinson led the Spurs to their very first NBA championship in 1999. Duncan, a 2-time MVP, then helped the Spurs win the NBA championship in 2003, 5, 7, and 14. He took home 3 NBA Finals MVP awards too. With 19 points and 10.8 rebounds per game in his career, Duncan made the Spurs the NBA's top team of the 21st century. Number 6, Wayne Gretzky. After spending time in the World Hockey Association, the Edmonton Oilers moved to the NHL for the 1979-80 season. The Oilers were fortunate in signing Wayne Gretzky, who instantly became the face of hockey. He was the cornerstone of Edmonton's dynasty, leading them to Stanley Cup victories in 84, 85, 87, and 88. He scored over 100 points each year in Edmonton, including an NHL record 215 points in 1985-86. There's no way Edmonton would have been a dynasty without the Great One. Gretzky forever changed the Oilers franchise and their history with his decade-long greatness in oil country. Number 5, Kobe Bryant. Boy, the Lakers are lucky they traded for Bryant after the Charlotte Hornets took him with the 13th selection in 1996. You see, after Magic Johnson retired, the Lakers struggled for much of the 90s. Next thing you know, Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal led the Lakers to a three-peat from 2000 to 2002. Then Bryant leads LA to a pair of championships in 2009 and 10. Finding a guy to fill Johnson's shoes to fill would be like finding a tennis ball on a mountain. The Lakers got Kobe, who turned them into a 21st century dynasty. Number 4, Joe Montana. The 49ers kept losing and losing and losing. Then they got Joe Montana 82nd overall in the 1979 NFL Draft. Then Joe Cool becomes one of the most iconic figures in sports, leading the 49ers to 4 Super Bowls, making them an 80s dynasty. Montana is widely recognized as the greatest quarterback ever, playing near-flawless football when it came to the grandest of stages. We can only wonder where the 49ers would have gone without Joe Cool. Number 3, Tom Brady. Going from being drafted 199th overall to being a 5-time Super Bowl champion? Life's good if you're 4-time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady. The New England Patriots had struggled for their first 40-something years of existence, failing to win a Super Bowl and being quite close to relocating in the late 90s. But Brady emerged as arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, turning New England into the model sports franchise of the 21st century. Number 2, Michael Jordan. Before the Chicago Bulls drafted Michael Jordan in 1984, they were a fairly forgotten and irrelevant franchise. From 1967 to 1984, they never reached an NBA Finals and were never able to get through top dogs like the Boston Celtics in the 80s. But the Bulls went on to greatness under MJ, a 5-time league MVP. His airness led Chicago to a pair of three-peats in the 90s, from 91 to 93, and from 96 to 98. Jordan's athleticism and all-around greatness was something we never saw. He's the greatest NBA player ever, and Chicago should feel fortunate they landed him. After all, it was MJ who turned the longtime struggling Bulls into a dynasty. And number 1, Babe Ruth. With all due respect to others, Ruth's impact to the Yankees put them on a path for nearly a century of just all-around dominance and greatness. When the Boston Red Sox sold Ruth to the Yankees in 1919, the baseball world changed forever. Ruth led the Yankees to 4 World Series championships and emerged as baseball's greatest all-time hitter. Even when he left the Yankees after the 1934 season, the Yankees continued to dominate baseball. They won 4 World Series in the 40s, 6 in the 50s, 2 in the 60s, 2 in the 70s, 3 in the 90s, and 2 in the 2000s. Would the Yankees be all that great without Ruth? No way. They struggled for nearly 2 decades until acquiring Ruth, who turned the Pinstripes into America's model sports franchise. What athlete do you think turned this franchise around the most? Join us in the comments section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.